I recently went on a work trip to Illinois and ended up creating an amazing running route that honestly blew my mind. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I created that route so that you can have a similar experience and so you can find amazing runs wherever you go. I map out all of my runs in Strava, so the first thing I'm going to do is go over to the Strava website. I prefer to do it on my laptop or on an internet browser versus my phone, just because I think it's just a lot easier to figure it out and see the geography of the place that you're in. You can do it on the phone, but it's just a little bit more challenging. So if you have the time to sit down at your computer, I would recommend doing that. So go ahead and go into the maps section of Strava. And once you're in maps, the first thing I do is search an address or a location that I'm near. So I'll go ahead and put in the location that I was in Illinois, and Strava will bring you right on over there. Now, once I get to the area that I'm looking to run in, the first thing I'll do is just look at the heat map. So you can see heat map is already checked here. You can do a global heat map, a weekly heat map, or a night heat map. And this is just showing you where there's a high level of activity where other runners are going. So it's a good indicator of where good potential routes would be. And so I'll zoom out a little bit and scroll around, and immediately I see that there looks like there's a really cool area over here that goes through what looks like a nature preserve and a woods forest preserve. You can see that in here once you zoom in, and it looks like there's some water and a river that you can run near. This immediately jumped out to me as a potential area that might be a sweet run, and I could get to it directly from the hotel I was staying at, which is over here. Now, if you want to double down on this and see what this area could look like when you're running, you can go over to Google Maps and put in the same address, go over to the map section, move the map over to the area that you're looking to run, which is over here, the Fullersburg Woods Nature Education Center and Wildlife Preserve or Forest Preserve. Click on layers, and this will show you a satellite view of that area. And then you can kind of punch in and zoom in and see what it looks like. And to me, it looks like there's a really nice path that goes through this wooded area and along this river. And so I see this and I'm like, okay, this could be really neat. I'm definitely going to map out my run in this area because it looks like a peaceful place to be where the only other people out there are probably runners and walkers. So I'm gonna go ahead and back over into Strava, and I'm gonna click create route. Now, the way I typically like to do it is to just click to start the route wherever I am. And then as I go through this, you just kind of click along the area that you want to run your route. So I wanted to find the quickest way over to this forest preserve. So I'm going to keep clicking along this heat map where I'm seeing a lot of activity, bring myself into this area, and then just kind of figure out what distance I want to run. And Strava will show you down here at the bottom how long the distance is so far in the route that you're creating. And so I'm going to head down into the forest preserve, and then I'd like to spend some time running along this river. So I'm going to bring my route down over here, come along the river. It looks like there's a cool little island that I could maybe go out to here. We'll swing around that, come back, maybe hit this other part of the forest preserve that I haven't hit yet that still runs along the river. And then from here, I've already got about a 3-mile run, and I have to get to a conference later in that day after I do this run. So I don't want anything too long. So I'm going to go ahead and start making my way back to my hotel, and I'll keep inserting waypoints on my way back. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit here and do end here. And now we've got about a 4.5-mile run that is going to wind through this beautiful forest preserve, and I think be something really different that I haven't experienced. Now, once I've got a route that I'm happy with, I'm going to go ahead and click save route, and I'll name it. So we'll just call this Oak Brook, Illinois run. This one I'll make visible to everyone. I'm going to go ahead and star the route because that's what's going to automatically upload it to my Garmin so I can follow the run on my Garmin watch, which is critical when you're running in a new place. You want to have a watch with GPS. I like the Garmin Forerunner 255 music, pretty affordable, and it works fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and save my route. And once the route's saved, it'll show you pictures of the route too, which is really cool. On Strava, you can see photos that other runners have taken on this exact path that you have booked out. So you can see that this is probably going to be amazing. It shows you kind of what the grade is of the run. Looks like it's pretty easy, 4.5 miles. It's estimating the time that I can run it in and the different segments popular segments that are in that run. Now, I did this exactly how I'm showing you now, and this turned out to be one of my favorite runs that I have ever done, hands down. It was beautiful back here, and it was totally unexpected. It felt like I was in almost like a different country, like a completely different place. So I captured a ton of footage from this run. I'm gonna share that with you now so you can see just how amazing this ended up being, and I hope that you can go out and find incredible runs just like this. Enjoy. you.